you've got a wall in your house, this is going to be awesome. If you don't, you've got some couch cushions, we're going to make it work. And I'm going to walk Philly through it. And I hope that you get some benefit from it. What's important to keep in mind about this is that we're taking a therapeutic approach. So you're not trying to wrestle your body, but just start by demonstrating the legs on the cushions. If you don't have wall space, because you have so many awesome murals in your wall, you can just stack a few cushions just to get your legs up like that and your upper body relaxing. And it'll be real nice support for your calves. But for now, we'll have Philly use the wall because if it's available, it is really nice. So put your hips very close next to the wall. She kind of swings them up there because she's an exercise person. But the rest of us might have to like wedge our hips next to the wall. You're sitting parallel and then just ease your back around and get the legs up. So the first thing is just to relax your back because it's got plenty of support. Excellent. Let the palms face up as much as possible. It's going to relax the shoulders. You know, if one arm goes a little higher than the other, it's okay. And let the legs get the full support of resting on the wall. Most of us are holding tension unnecessarily in the body throughout the day and usually the night. So this is a nice time for you to let the body relax. And we're also reversing some of the patterns of body. You know, we're balancing out some of the gravity that's constantly pulling on our lower bodies here. First thing to do is to notice your breath. If you have any trouble noticing your breath, place your hand on your belly so that you can notice how the belly rises on the inhale and drops on the exhale. There's nothing you have to do with that except observe. If you notice there's any holding around your breath, just let it go by letting the exhale get a little bit longer. Doesn't matter if you're breathing through your nose or your mouth. Let go of all the rules that your mind is constantly keeping. Like one time I took a yoga class, they said you should breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. Just breathe as freely and as easily as is available. And let your hand be connected to the breath. And this is available to you throughout the practice, so you don't have to concentrate on breathing even. You just notice it. You come back to noticing it. And this physical touch, through tactile sensation, just reminds your body gently that you can let go through the exhale. Now bring your awareness into your right heel. You might have to wiggle your right toes, because sometimes when you're relaxed, you forget right and left, and that's a good sign. If you forget and you're not sure, you just do one leg and then we'll do the other. Make sure you're exhaling. Inhale, and on your exhale, allow your right heel to begin to slide to the right on the wall. You're really releasing it to gravity. You can bend the knee if it needs to be bent. We're not trying to reach or stretch or do a split or make anything happen in the body. We're just releasing that right leg. And the body will let you know where it needs to stop. If you're not sure where the body needs to stop, your breath will tell you because it will get a little shallow. When you notice shallow breath, go back to letting it be a little deeper. Again, you can bend the knee as much as needed. And it is not atypical in this posture for you to feel like the leg dropped a little bit and it kind of creates whoa, because you didn't initiate it. Just trust your body for that right heel. Now the person you're looking at has quite a bit of range. It's okay if your foot only separated 3 inches from the left leg. You can't do this wrong. It's best for you to listen to this practice rather than look at it on your phone. It'll just be one less distraction so that you can pay attention to what you're feeling instead of what you're seeing. So notice where you're feeling a little bit of pull in the body, a little bit of intensity. This can come in many different forms. It might be a tingling. It might be a sense of density. Just exhale with whatever you notice. If it feels especially intense, like, ooh, man, you can always, on the inhale, draw that right heel a little up and then let it fall a little on the exhale so it resets. Wherever the intensity is, just visualize with your eyes closed, drawing an imaginary circle around that area. Exhale. You're using your breath to hang out with the sensation versus trying to work through something, burn through it, make it go away, figure it out how it got there. That's wearing you out. So just breathe with the sensation. And if it ever becomes too much, you just ease that right foot a little back towards center. You come off the edge. You can't do this wrong. You'll know you're over the edge when your breath becomes shallow and your mind gets busy. Like, what the heck? How long are we supposed to, or whatever jumps in there. Come back to your breath like you're fogging up eyeglasses. You can actually make that ha sound. This is the way these frozen parts in the body start to thaw out. And let the exhale go very long. If something spontaneous happens, like your right hand needs to rest on the inside of the right leg or right knee, that's okay. Remember that your body's free to ease up a bit by drawing the right heel up to come off the edge and letting it reset. Make sure that the breath is continuous, that you've eliminated the gap between the inhale and the exhale. Eliminating the gap between the exhale and the inhale. There's no gap. The breathing's continuous. As soon as the inhale feels complete, you let the exhale follow. So you don't have to breathe deeply. You don't have to alter anything about your breath. You're just letting go of any holding. If you're having any trouble staying connected to the breath, remember you can always rest a hand on your belly so you can actually feel the breath. And very slowly now, very attentive to your body. When it feels complete, there's no rush, you can let that right heel begin to slide back up the wall. You might have to bend the knee or assist with your right hand. That's okay. Your body is giving you all the support you're willing to accept. So there's no rushing, there's no jerking the body. You're easing it, and if it needs to pause, that's okay, but let the breath be continuous. Let the body adjust itself with any little wiggles to settle more deeply. Bring the awareness to the space between the eyebrows. If there's any trouble connecting to that area, you can always lightly touch that area and just move your fingers away. Space between the eyebrows is your geometric center of the brain. It's where the pineal and pituitary glands are. So it's a big energy center for your body. But it's crucial in relaxation and meditation because it's where integration already happens. There's nothing for you to do when you put your attention in that space between eyebrows. Everything's already in balance. Bring your awareness into the left heel. Inhale, and as you exhale, gently allow the left heel to begin to slide to the left. So you're releasing it to gravity. It doesn't have to go very far. Release any mental tendency to try to do the same amount on both sides. Let that go. You're letting it release to gravity, and you're noticing where you feel that first bit of holding in the body. And let the leg pause there. It may continue to drop through gravity, but you're not initiating the movement at this point. Let yourself off the hook. Remember that you can't do this wrong. You're purely feeling what's felt in the body. And you're giving the body a break from being double-checked by the mind. You're unburdening the body so it's not even directed by the mind. It's just allowing itself to come on to this point. Exhale. Like you're fogging up glasses, like kind of an exaggerated exhale, a little close in the back of the throat, little. That just lengthens it. Excellent. Now notice where you feel that little tug in the body. It might not necessarily be on the left leg. It might be your right shoulder, fingertips. Tingling, numbness, a sensation of heat or cold, or just a feeling of stuckness. These are all common to this practice. We're not here to make any of it go away. We're just going to breathe with the sensation. You can draw an imaginary circle around it just to breathe into it, to give it space. And if available, you might acknowledge the sensation. Something to the effect of, tightness, I feel you, or whatever it is. Stuckness, I'm aware that you're here. If your body comes up with any improvisation, for example, the hand coming to rest on the leg or belly, or stretching, all of this is fine. Just exhale. Relaxing as deeply as you can. And when you notice a felt sense of completion, in other words, when it feels complete for your body, you can slowly begin to ease the left leg back. You can bend the knee, you can even walk the foot on the wall. There's no wrong way to do this. And pause as often as needed along the way so that you're feeling the range of sensations available to your body in this moment. Continuing to relax the shoulders to let the palms face up. This is a good spot for you to keep the eyes closed and the awareness to go back to space between eyebrows. This is the non-doing domain. So it's an awesome rest stop for everything. Make sure the breath is continuous and slow so that you can really rest in that space between the eyebrows. Things are integrating regardless of what you're thinking or doing. Now bring your awareness into the soles of the feet and bend the knees now so that the soles of the feet are pressing into the wall. If you're doing this on the cushions, then your legs are already positioned for this. Make sure your arms are out of the way, like out to the sides or maybe bent at the elbows in cactus position, just so that they're not in the way of your legs. Excellent, excellent. You can adjust the arms so that they can relax. And now you begin to walk the feet on the wall toward the right with those knees bent. So you're initiating a little bit of a twist. If you're not sure about your right or left, just pick a side. Let your body pick a side, and you'll do the other side, so it's fine. You can't do this wrong. Let the feet stop when you feel the first tug, when your body says, I need to stop here. Let the body pause, but the breath continue. If the breath can't continue without struggle, then you walk your feet a little more back to the middle. You might want to turn your face with your eyes closed toward that opposite shoulder. In this case, it's the left shoulder. Excellent. And once again, notice where there's a little tug in the body, a little hot spot, density, resistance. Wherever it is, just breathe with that sensation. Make sure you're exhaling like you're fogging up a mirror a few inches from your lips. If your body does something spontaneous or improvises in this posture, just trust it. So it might be that your right hand rests on your belly or the outside of your left knee or the inside of your right knee. If the arms remain on the floor, that's okay too. If it's causing any stress for that right arm, just relax it. You don't have to do anything, just breathe with what's being felt. Long exhale, a little constriction in the back of the throat. Notice what's felt. If you can acknowledge it directly, do it. Tingling, I know that you're here, whatever it is, and just breathe. Continue to feel the range of sensations in this posture as long as needed. Your body lets you know. Only when your body's ready, begin to ease out of it, knowing that the easing is as important as how you went in. So it should be slow and conscious. If you're holding your breath, pause the body. Let the breathing action kickstart itself, and then let any movement follow, so there's no rush. Keep your eyes closed, and when you feel like you're in a neutral position, let the awareness go back to space between eyebrows, but there's no rush even with that. So if you need to bend the knees or rock the hips to the side or stretch one leg or one arm, just free up the body, uncensor it. Let everything be in for your body and nothing out. And when this feels complete, allow your feet to begin to walk toward the left with the knees bent. Let it be very slow. Just slowing down your movement will bring you back to your breath. Releasing your body from the burden of expectation. This is why it's so helpful to keep the eyes closed. If you're holding your breath, pause the body. Make sure you have that long, exaggerated exhale like you're fogging up a mirror a few inches from your lips. If it's available, you can turn your face toward the right shoulder, relax your right arm and shoulder, and let the left hand or arm support your body in whatever way is needed. It might be resting on your outer knee, inner knee, belly, or just resting on the floor with the palm up. You can't do this wrong. You can draw an imaginary circle around that area of the body where you're feeling sensation. If you're over the edge, which is indicated by shallow breath and mental engagement, come off the edge by walking the feet a little more toward the center. And then you can always walk them back to the left so you can settle on that edge of stillness. As you exhale, let go of any tendency to analyze, any tendency to try to manage or direct. You're just feeling what is in the body versus how you feel about what you feel. Then it gets complicated. So uncomplicate it and breathe with what is felt. Long exhale. As soon as the exhale feels complete, let the inhale draw in naturally. So you're not sucking anything in or pushing anything out. Acknowledge the sensation if you can. I'm aware that you're here. Maybe even I'm willing to feel you fully now, if that's available. If not, go with the next closest thing, like, yeah, I got you, but breathe with it. When this feels complete, through the medium of your relaxed breath, you can begin to allow the feet to walk back. But there's absolutely no need. There's nothing to keep up with here. You're feeling the sensations and pause along the way where the body wants to pause. It needs permission to feel unrushed. It's been jerked around a lot for most of our lives. Just feeling the sensations as the body returns to what feels like a neutral position. That could be bent knees, it could be stretching the arms overhead. And now separating the feet slightly to about what feels like hip width distance. You don't need to check it with your eyes. You can keep your eyes closed for any or all of this practice. Now press the feet into the wall and feel your hips lift. They might come off the mat, they might not. As long as you feel lifting, it's okay. As you exhale, let them ease down. So again, they don't need to come off. Inhaling, letting the hips come up. As soon as the inhale is complete, let it ease down on the exhale. So there's no holding. They can rest down there as long as they need, but let the breath continue. So it doesn't have to be the next inhale. On an inhale, any inhale, you let the hips come up. Even up here, you can exhale while the hips are suspended. Inhale again, and just let them come down on an exhale. So you don't need to sync up the body. You just make sure the inhale is followed immediately by the exhale, and the body will sync itself up to what is needed. If at any point you feel a little tender spot or hot spot, let the body pause on it, whether it's lifting or lowering, and let a little wiggle happen. Just give permission. Your body might not use it, but give it the permission slip for a little back and forth on that tenderness. Not in a tortured way, but just to breathe with it. Your hips may need to move a bit laterally or shift to one side or press into one foot more than the other. Just free up your body. You can't do it wrong. Let go of any visualizing and just feeling in the body with the breath. One way to return to the breath is the sound. You notice the exhale. Or just placing a hand on the belly or chest so you feel that movement. When this feels complete, you just let your body release to what feels like neutral, whatever that is. It could be the arms stretching overhead. It's not unusual for sound to accompany like, it's just like that morning stretch that most of us skip. Sound is just energy releasing from the body. You can gently rock or move or bend knees. You might bring the soles of the feet together like in reclined cobbler with the knees out, or whatever feels right in your body in this moment. You can't do it wrong. So free your arms, your legs, your chest, your neck. And then come back to your breath. Come back just means notice. Let your awareness go back to that space between the eyebrows. And from that space, just observe what you're aware of in the body right now. We'll release the body into a deeper mode of relaxation. So the body may stay where it is, with the legs supported on the wall or cushions. You can also gently turn and bring the body off the wall so that you have the legs extended on the mat. There's no wrong answer. Wherever your body feels supported, let it fully feel it, so that deeper relaxation can occur in the absence of your doing. Relaxation isn't something we can ever do, it's only something we can allow. So just give your body full permission to relax and let go of any expectation of what form that should take. Rest your awareness once more in the space between the eyebrows. You can always lightly touch that area if you need your tactile sensation to orient your attention that way. And just trust whatever shifts, rebalancing that have needed to happen at this point in the practice have happened so that deeper integration can occur. Visualize your whole body surrounded by a soft cushion of energy. And as you breathe in, that cushion surrounding the body just ever so slightly expands. As the exhale happens, the cushion draws in just a little closer to the boundary of your skin. And now visualize a soft cushion of energy surrounding and permeating every cell in the body. And the same happens as the inhale comes on its own in the absence of effort. Feel the cushion around each cell expand. As the exhale sweeps out what the body no longer needs, just feel the cushion gently pull in toward the edges of the cells. Feel the breath coming in on its own, in the absence of sucking or drawing it in. Just feel the breath flood in, and then feel it flood out. Soft and easy as it circulates all around and throughout the body. Now bring your awareness to an area of the body that may feel constricted or dense. Or perhaps just bring it to an area of the body that chronically speaks to you through the form of pain. And just let your neutral awareness completely rest on that area of the body. Continue to allow the breathing to come and go, soft and easy. And just by placing your awareness on this area, feel that sensation begin to expand and to dissolve, to soften. Letting the breath continue to roll in and roll out. Allowing the attention to move to any other area of the body that needs your attention in this moment. Just letting the attention rest, and eventually allowing all of the attention to be drawn back to space between eyebrows, so that the wholeness of your body rests in your awareness. No longer at odds with any part of you. The space between the eyebrows drop. To the deepest state of relaxation, stillness, and peace. Here, there's nothing left to do, nothing to achieve. You're resting in the domain of integration. Where you're aware of all that is happening, but doing nothing to make it happen. Let go. Let go even more. And feel silence extending everywhere. Allowing the inner healing blueprint of the body to function freely and optimally. In the absence of effort. Relax. Relax. Now become aware of the rising and the falling of the breath. Aware of the body resting on the floor. aware of even the quality of the air touching the boundary of the skin. And slowly now, allow the body to begin to move if it needs to move. Perhaps bending the knees, gentle side raise rocking. Perhaps allowing yourself to roll onto your right side or wherever you feel safe and comfortable, protected. Let the body continue to rest here for as long as is needed. Allowing integration to continue to occur. Knowing that you can return to a place of peace and balance. Just by closing your eyes and noticing your breath. Again and again. Jai Bhagwan. Namaste.